Hello everybody, welcome to Retrocore Classic Gaming Music, episode number 23. I apologize in advance if I don't sound too enthusiastic, because I've already recorded the show once, and yeah, long story short, a program I use is stupid, and now I'm using this again. I fixed it, I'm using Adobe again, it's all fixed, it's all good, so everything's back on track. So let's get this shit kicked off with our usual spill of Breath of Fire 3 music, shall we? I am your host, DJ Sexy Lips, bringing you the hits of yesterday, gaming style. Alrighty, Don't Say It. That was the name of that track from Breath of Fire 3. I hope you guys like the Breath of Fire 3 music, because I sure as hell do. Coming up next, I have a trio of Nintendo music. The first song kicking us off is a Ducktales 2 song. So yeah, you might notice it sounds as epic as the other Ducktales track. Well, it's Ducktales 2. So the first track in this Nintendo trio is Bermuda from Ducktales 2. So yeah, there's a good way to kick off the show. Three Nintendo tracks for you. First one again, Bermuda from Ducktales 2. And the second one is Heroquest from the game Heroquest. That was, I guess, a main theme. And then we had Rambo, camp theme for Sober. Even though he didn't request it, I like Rambo. I like the music to Rambo, so I decided to play it. Coming up next, I got another trio of songs. First one is Nintendo. It's from River City Ransom. Double Dragon done better, if you will. You get items and power-ups, and you can buy stuff, so it's a little bit better than Double Dragon. Although I do prefer Double Dragon. But that's the first track, and then just a couple randoms. So, I am your host, DJ Sexy Lips, bringing you the hits of yesterday, gaming style. Okay, the first one there was from River City Ransom, Stage 3, followed by Meteor from Starfox, and upon listening to that, that is a very badass song. I'm not a fan of Starfox, but Meteor was a very good music track. I like that a lot. And lastly, we had Village from a lesser-known action RPG on the PlayStation called Threads of Fate. Yes, it was made by Squaresoft. Very good game. Will be reviewed on the show one day. All of these games will. That's the joys of a retrocast, people. You're never going to run out of stuff to review. And yeah, Retrocore should be around for a long time, I hope. Coming up next, when I did the Neverhood episode of Retrocore, in the background you might have heard some of this music, but it was kind of hard to hear, and it didn't do justice. So, I'm going to play 3 tracks from the Neverhood on the PC. These tracks are different, but at the same time, they've won a lot of awards. I do like the music, I'm not going to lie, even though it is different and weird. I'll talk a little bit more about after I play the 3 tracks. But the first one coming up here is called Everybody Way O. So, here we go. See, I told you they were kind of out there. Now I know if you just listen to these like right off the show and you haven't played the games before, I can understand not liking them, but the music really fits the game really well. The game's weird, crazy, quirky out there, and this music just fits it. So, I guess that's why I like it, because I'm a fan of the Neverhood and the rest of the series and stuff. So, the first song I said was Everybody Way-O, followed by Homina Homina, and lastly was Skat Radio, which is one of the more popular ones as it's heard through most of the game. Now it is halfway part of the show, so let's get plugs out of the way. Check out Sober at gamesociety.podomatic.com, and listen to our first Retrocore at retrocore.podomatic.com, or iTunes, or vagary.tv, or any other podcasting site, as Poison Peach found out, or Jennifer. If you listened to the last Retrocore, we did a Nintendo and Game Boy special. We just reviewed some Nintendo and Game Boy games. I felt it went really well. So, also a couple other plugs real quick. Check out screwattack.com, thatguywiththeglasses.com, and I gotta get this out. If you're a fan of Rocket Knight, I've reviewed them on the past Retrocores. I've played music here on this show from the games. It's being remade. Yes, being remade for Steam, PC or PSN, and Xbox Live. So, if you're a fan, get excited like I am and go to oneup.com, because they have a 5-day special going on, and it really got me excited. So, alright, it's time for requests. The first two are from Brian Dahlquist. He wanted Bomberman 1 music, but I don't have Bomberman. I have Bomberman 2. So I'm going to play stage 1 for Bomberman 2. I hope that works. And then I think he requested one from Final Fantasy VI, Dark World. So Bomberman 2 and Final Fantasy VI, as requested by Brian Dahlquist. I am your host, DJ Sexy Lips, bringing you the hits of yesterday, gaming style. There you are, Brian. I know it's not the Bomberman track he asked for, but close enough, I hope. And there's the Dark World from Final Fantasy VI. The next 5 requests are from Jennifer, our new co-host over on Retrocore, also known as Poison Peach on the Xbox Live. She won not the last Guess the Song, because nobody guessed that. The one before it was Commando. She guessed that right. So she picked 5 songs. I'm about to get to those. But she picked 3 Kid Icarus songs. One being Opening. So that left me with Prologue or Title. I picked Prologue. So I hope that's right. And then she wanted the Underground level. I got that right. And the other one I wasn't too sure about because she named it something else, but I couldn't find it in the track listing, so I just picked Fortress. So I hope that's right. So we're going to get into 3 Kid Icarus songs. Now, also, I've gotten some emails about how people can't remember what the last Guess the Song was. So, I'm going to play from the last episode a 20-second clip or so of the last song and tell you what it is before I get into the new one. So, that's how that's going to work now. Alrighty then, so let's get into Jennifer's request with Kid Icarus. Next up, she requested some Rygar, and I hope this is right too, because she said Stage 2 theme, I believe. And listed by stages, it's actually listed by the names. So, in the next song she wanted a Rygar track, I picked Grand Mountain, because that was the second, after one name. So I was like, okay, this might be Stage 2. So I'm going to play Grand Mountain from Rygar for her. And then her last song will be Turbo Tunnel from Battletoads. So, I'm your host, DJ Sexy Lips, bringing you the hits yesterday gaming style. So there we are, Jennifer. I hope that's all your requests that I forgot to do the last show. I know they may not be, but I hope they are. And that's that. Coming up next, it's time to guess the new song. But before I do that, it's time to play a clip of the old song that nobody guessed, which is a shocker because I thought somebody would. But here's the song from the last show. Yeah, so nobody got that, and I thought somebody would. That somebody being sober. Yeah, that's from Icarus on the Dreamcast. His one of his favorite games of all time on the Dreamcast. But I just don't think he listened to the last show, so it's all good. But when he gets around to it, he's gonna be like, "Oh man, I fail." So it'll be funny. Okay, so now it's time for a new Guess the Song. Now this song might be familiar. This song might get a lot of emails, so I want the specific game that this is from, because I know it's in more than one game, but I want what this song is from. I want a specific version of what this game is from. Okay? So here we are. Guess this song. Okay, now remember, specific game. That's how I want that. Coming up next, we're basically at the end of the show. I got one more regular song, and then we're going to go into Then and Now. Although it is all Zelda based, the rest of the show. The next song coming up is the boss battle from The Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time. Epic track to be played. And then I got the Then and Now. So it's about time to wrap this bad boy up again, like I said at the start of the show, for the second time. So I'm sorry if I rush through or sound unenthusiastic in parts. It's because I've said it before and I'm trying to like reword it, you know? I just don't like it. So hopefully the show's back on track. I got the program fixed. It's good. It's great. It's grand, I hope. And the show will not fall behind like it has in the last month. So it'll be back to weekly as usual. So let's get into the Ocarina of Time boss battle. Okay, so we're now at the end of the show. Again, that was Boss Battle from Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time. And since Brentalfloss made a new Zelda with lyrics, I think it's fit to do that. I'm going to play the original main theme from the Nintendo Zelda, and then I'm going to play Brentalfloss's newest Zelda with lyrics, which you can check out on YouTube and screwattack.com. I'm a huge Brentalfloss supporter, and I'm sorry for the fucking dog barking in the background, but I'm a huge Brentalfloss supporter. Go support him, check him out. Brentalfloss, if you do not approve of me playing your music on the show, email me. I will gladly take the show down, re-edit, and put it back up. And I am, like I said, Brentalfloss is going to be making a CD. I fully support the CD. I'm going to buy the CD. And if any of my fans like this stuff, I suggest you buy the CD too. So, I am your host, DJ Sexy Lips, bringing you the hits of yesterday, gaming style.
Well, duh. Why? 'Cause it's the motherfucking Legend of Zelda. Here we go now, I'm an old man and this cave is my home. Take this, it's dangerous to go alone. Now journey across a spooky land. You hold in your hand a sword that shoots laser beams. Won't you feel like a man, dressed up like Peter Pan, on a quest greater than your dreams, dream me deep, go Link, from here to over there, you'll find Ganon's land. Come on, it's your destiny, trust the hero inside. But if you're terrified, purchase the strategy guide from me. $14 also tax. Here you go now, Zelda. is helpless and distraught, but mostly she's hot. So hurry, just steady thy course. Go find that Triforce, then take it by force, and maybe she'll touch your wang, touch your thing, ring-a-ding-a-ling, go Link, get your man.